Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for those of you that don't already know me from my get to know me video, my name is Chizwa. I'm a new YouTuber, a new content creator. I film lifestyle videos, makeup videos, story times, and all of that. So thank you for coming here today, because today is a story time. I have tea gists for you guys. So yeah, like I said, today from the title you should already know what I'm talking about. This is story time of how I got missing in Lagos, Nigeria. No, not Lagos, Nigeria. In Nigeria, ILORIN to be precise. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, I'm back, guys. So let's start from where I decided to travel to ILORIN. See, I just said ILORIN again. I was supposed to travel to Ilefe and I got missing. I traveled to the wrong place. I wasn't supposed to be in ILORIN, but I went to ILORIN. So a little backstory. I decided, oh, let me just change my environment for a while before I come back to Lagos. I was like, okay, cool. I talked to my friend that stays in Ilefe. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Like I can come and all of that. So I was like, yeah. And mind you, during the process of getting ready to travel and all of that, I mean, I knew she stays in Ife. I don't know why ILORIN was was in the conversation. Like till today, I cannot tell you why I thought I was going to go to ILORIN. But yeah, let's get into the video. So oh, by the way, I'm going to be doing my makeup because I have to do another video after this video. So yeah. So the journey starts, and it was a pretty chill journey. Honestly, it wasn't so bad, and the journey was cool. But like, I think I knew when we got to Ibadan, and to the best of my knowledge, my small knowledge, because prior to that time, I'd never been to Ife ever. But like, to the best of my knowledge, when I was using my Google Maps and all of that, it did not look like, it looked like Ife was not so far from Ibadan. So I knew when we got to Ibadan, right? But I was perplexed when we were still venturing for that. I'm like, but this trip is not supposed to take that long. So like, why is the journey long like this? And my friend too was like sending me messages, checking up on me, like, oh, where are you guys? Blah blah blah, and all of that. I was like, babes, we just passed Ibadan, or we are in Ibadan. I think at that when she called me was when we were in Ibadan. So I was like, oh, we're in Ibadan. She was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you're not too far, you're close by, and all of that. So I was like, oh yeah, that's great. So I think my moment of confusion started when an hour into the journey, that's after we had passed Ibadan, was that we're still traveling. As soon as I knew, like, something is wrong. Then I just asked her, like, oh, I think my friend now mentioned, like, I think when she called me again, because my network wasn't so good on the road, when she called me again, she was like, are you not at Ife yet? I was like, that's when it clicked. I was like, Ife. And I'll guys, just know your state and capital. I believe that is when it finally clicked that I was not, I passed my destination. So that was when I finally confessed that, look, it's as though I've entered the wrong bus. And mind you, by then, like, there was no way. Oh shit, I just spilled this thing. I need to clean it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So where was I? Yeah, I was now telling her, like, I think I entered the wrong bus and all, and she was just screaming like, oh my god, da, 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 da. Like, how come? But I said, me, I don't know. See, all these questions that you're asking me, and mind you, we had already gotten to, like, we're already very close to Ekiti, right? So that was when I even clocked that I entered the wrong place. So she was just really panicking, like, oh my god, what are we going to do now? Blah blah blah, and all of that. I was like, okay, you know what? Like, there's no need to panic, because something about me, I'm never going to panic. I like to keep a leveled head. Especially when I'm traveling. Can't be in this Lagos and be panicking. Like people will see you panicking and they know that something is wrong. That's when they start to take advantage of you. You have to be a sharp babe. Even in this situation, I wasn't really a sharp babe from the get go, but yeah. The mistake was made. It was time to start making calculative decisions. But yeah, so she was like, okay, oh my god, what are you going to do? Blah blah blah. I was like, okay, let me just get to. Sorry if I'm blocking my face with the mirror. I was like, let me just get to the park in Ikiti. Then I would find a bus or another cab going to Ilefe. Luckily, I found a cab, but unluckily for me, it was like they needed other passengers to fill the seats before they could leave. I was like, when, and it wasn't looking like people were keen on going to Ilefe that day. So I was waiting. My friend just kept on calling me like every 2 minutes. Like literally, guys, don't have friends that panic. And me, I was just calm. I was like, it's fine. Like, don't worry. Like, if I don't get a cab today, I'll just find like a hotel to stay in and I'll be fine. She gets. So I was waiting, and I was like, you know what? Instead of just waiting, let me just ask the cab drivers how much it would cost for just me, for them to carry just me to Ilefe. And like, the distance from Ekiti to Ilefe it's not that far, but it's a bit far, right? So the prices they are calling for me, I say, oh god, I rather use this money to go and stay in a hotel for the night than for you to be charging me this price, right? So at this time, I believe it was already like going to 5 in the evening. It wasn't dark, the sun was still out, but it was evidently he was getting late. So I was like, you know what, let me just, at some point I was like, anyhow, it's looking like I'm going to have to get a hotel to stay in and just be there till the next morning. When I have to, in the morning, I'll just continue my journey. But lucky, she was like, okay, let her call. She was like, let her call a friend, like a mutual friend she knows that stays in Ekiti, or that schools in Ekiti rather. But she was just going to call him. I was like, okay, cool, that's fine, that's chill. Maybe he can come get me from the park and all of that, and I can just stay at his for the night and continue my journey tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. So she called him, and no, she called him. Then sent him, because I didn't have his number. Sent his number to me. So I spoke with him. He asked me to describe where I was. Like I forgot to add concealer here. So I called him. We spoke. He was asking me where I am, to describe where I was, that he was going to come get me. Da da da. I still explained to him that, okay, like this is the situation. I'm just trying to wait for this cab to get full so I can start moving. So he was like, okay, like he's going to get me food and all of that. That he was on his way and all. I was like, yeah, but at the same time, I just let him know that yeah, that's really chill. That's a good plan. But at the same time, I'm still kind of low key waiting for the cab to get full. So in that process of talking to my friend and still waiting at the park, and guys, I don't know if I have a video of me waiting there, but the sun had fried me. Look, we complained about Lagos sun, but Ekiti sun, come on, stop playing. I was looking at burnt offering at that point, but I digress. So I was waiting for the cab to get full, and I was also waiting for our mutual friend to come get me from the park. So in the process, I think God just had mercy on me. God just showed me mercy. It was like, this my girl has waited too much. Like, so I think a driver came in. I think there are these drivers that especially deliver packages or something. I don't know. Deliver packages, interstate packages. So I think one of the drivers came into the park, and luckily for me, he was going to Ife. I think at this time it was already like 5:30. Was it 5:30? I think it was still around that 5 isha. So he had come to the park. I think I was in that park for about 2 hours, right? Because from 3 to 5, yeah, from like three ish to 5 ish, I was still in the park for like 2 hours, and my mutual friend hadn't come at the time the driver came. So I was like, So they came to meet me because I had spoken to the drivers there to ask them if they had any buses going to ILORIN. So like they knew I was waiting for a bus. Sorry, I said ILORIN again. So they knew I was waiting for a cab to go that was going to Ile-Ife. So when that man came, the drivers had come to meet me, or the first driver I discussed with had come to meet me to say like, oh, this man is going to Ile-Ife. Like, how much are you gonna pay? Blah blah blah, and all of that. I was like, okay, no problem. I think I paid the agreed fee, like the for the first cab I was supposed to enter. I still paid the same money, so I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. Let's start going, right? And at this time, my friend was panicking. She was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure it's okay? Like, are you sure you'll not just continue this journey tomorrow?" I'm like, "See, look, I have work tomorrow morning, guys. Sorry, as if this whole situation was not bad enough. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, as if that wasn't bad enough. I had work the next morning, so all of that stress that I was going through, I was just thinking of like, oh my god, how am I going to work tomorrow morning? I didn't even tell them at work I was traveling, what am I going to do, blah blah blah, and all of that. That's the reason why I wanted to travel. I still wanted to get to Ife that same day, so that I can rest and just like get my mind right for work that I had the next day. So my friend was a bit worried. She was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you can go? You can just sleep at our mutual's place and come to Ife tomorrow." I was like, you know what? The driver is already here. Like, I just thought about the whole journey. I was like, it's better for me to do this stress in one day than for me to now continue tomorrow. So I was like, okay, cool. So I had called my mutual friend that was already on his way to get me. I was like, I found a cab. Like, I think it would be best if I go to Ife tomorrow. Sorry, today. He was like, oh, cool. That he was a bit disappointed because he already got me food. It was so sweet, so sweet. Guys, be a sweet people in your life. He just sent me money. He was like, okay, cool, take care of yourself, da da da, and all of that. So that's how I began my journey to the right place that I was supposed to be in the first place. But I said no. When God said, don't rely on your own wisdom, we don't take it for granted, because that's how I use my big sense. With my big sense and my big age, I still traveled all the way to ILORIN Ife. But that's not shade to me. I got into the cab and we started the trip. But the thing I didn't like was that the man was stopping to get people on the road. I was like, look, guys, if you're traveling in this Lagos, I know that you can't be too safe, but just open your eyes. Look, the way I was guarded with my bag. Like, so I carried just two bags, here, my traveling bag, which was in the back, and my school bag that had my laptop, my things that were important to me, were in that bag. So the way I was guarding it, the guy was picking up people from the road and all of that. I was just on guard. So my friend was still checking up. Oh, just a bit much. My friend was still just checking up on me, asking me where I was, where I got into, and all of that. But I was updating her. And the worst thing happened. It started to rain. I don't know if it's just me, but when it starts to rain and I'm on a long journey on the road, I just hate it, because I just believe that anything can happen. Like, not like anything cannot happen when it's not raining, but it's just worse. Like, when it's raining, anything can happen. And the guy kept on stopping to get packages from people to deliver. Like, it was just a whole thing. I wasn't finding it for new. It started raining. I think I still have a clip of myself of what I was looking like when it started raining. I might insert it here if I can find it. So this was me when I was in the car. I think it had already started to rain at this time, and the guy's windows couldn't roll up for some reason. But I think we later figured it out. That's why you can see water on my glasses. I was literally just on guard. Anybody that entered the car, I was giving them proper side eyes because I was just on guard. So yeah, that's me looking like what I'm going through. Yeah. At some point, I was just over the journey, like, what is this? And it was getting late. The man was trying his best. To get to Ocean State. He was trying his best. He was trying his best to get there early, or like early enough. So long story short, long story short, we got to, I believe we got to Ocean State or somewhere in Ocean State. Nigerians, Nigerians behave abnormally. Like, I mean, that's already a fact. Nigerians know how to behave abnormally most of the time. But tell me why, when we were leaving the park, these people did not inform me that, you see this man that I'm following to Ife, he's not going to where I'm going. Because I told them I was going to OAU, as in the university. They were like, okay, okay. Only for him to get to one bus. I'll call it a bus stop because, I mean, buses were packed. But we're already in Oshu State. Only for him to drop me there and like get out of the car and went to converse with the driver. So I think he obviously was talking on my case that he should carry me to where I'm going to OAU, blah 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 blah. Then he comes to me and say, sister, like, I'm not going to that place that you are going. Like, you have to enter this bus. I begged the man already. He knows where you are going, so he has given him the money and all of that. I was like, which kind? I say, God. Well, this was going on internally. I wasn't panicking externally. So I was like, okay, cool. No problem. We're ready here. I'm not go back. I'm not going back. At this point, I hadn't even called any of my family members to let them know that okay, this and this and this is happening. No, there's no need to panic, people. I was just relaxed. I was cool, calm, collected. So I had gotten in the bus. Again, I believe I was the last person to get in that bus. So as soon as I had gotten into the bus, we started to move. I was just shouting Jesus, Jesus. Like, and there's nothing worse than entering a bus. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where your bus stop is exactly. And they are playing loud music in the bus and people are just being loud. I was like, you know what? I was panicking. Like, at this point, I was panicking and I was tired. I was exhausted. I was everything. Like, people were just playing music with speaker in the bus. I was like, I didn't want more stupid guys in the bus was trying to talk to me. Remember, if I slap you. So guys, I just realized I'm almost done my makeup and this story time is coming to an end. So let me just go and do everything off camera and come back. Okay guys, a bad bitch is back. So yeah, where was I? So I was saying I was on the road. I was already in the last bus that was taking me to my destination, and I was sharing my live location with my friend, and she was just checking up on me and all of that, asking me where I am. And also in the bus, I was seated close to these, I think they were students, so I was asking them like, oh, is OAU close by, how close is it, blah blah blah, and all of that. Just like, it was already nice. I didn't want to take any chances and just miss my bus stop, because if I missed my bus stop, I think that would have been the point where I would have finally broken down. But yeah, I kept on asking where's the bus stop. I kept on shouting. Well, I was not here, I was shouting. And Nigerians are so uncouth. Like, please, I don't know. I think at a bus stop, the bus stop before the bus stop I was able to stop at, a fight just ensued. Like, there was just chaos. And this was in the night. Like, why are you fighting on the road? The driver was angry. The passengers were shouting. Like, it was just crazy. My mind was just like praying. I was just praying like, God, please let me just get to where I'm going. JJ. Like, I don't even, please. I've had too much stress today. I just want to go home, or like guess where I'm going. Rest, relax, eat, sleep, and just forget about this trip. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how they settled that fight. At that point, I did not even care. I was just looking around, like, hope like this is not like a distraction or a ploy to just kidnap people, because that's what they do in this country. Let's not get into that today. So yeah, I think the fight later settled. Then we continued the journey, and I was just shouting, "That is my bus stop." Look, guys. Survivor mode just kicked in after that fight. I just kept on shouting, like, driver, I'll drop it away. I just kept on shouting my bus stop, because I was not gonna get lost for a second time in one day. So yeah, I believe that so after that fight ensued, my bus stop wasn't so far from where the fight happened. Then I got to my bus stop. I still had to take a bike back to my friends, because my friend was like, I need to take a bike from the school gates to where I was going, and it wasn't expensive. I think it was about 300 or 400 or something like that. So I took a bike to where she was. Right, and she just met me at the gate. By the time I just saw her, I was like, oh my, I was so relieved. I was so relieved, like all the stress. I once I got into her house, like all the stress of traveling that day it honestly just vanished. Cause like I was just she wasn't asking me for gist. I said, "Look, bro, I'm not in your mood. If you have food in this house, just bring it out. Let me eat. Cause again, when I'm traveling on the road, I don't like to eat or drink too much liquids because I don't like to stop on the road and pee and all of that. So I didn't really had anything. I think I just had like plantain chips or something. That was it. So yeah, that's the story time on how I entered the wrong bus from Lagos to ILORIN instead of from Lagos to Ile-Ife. Guys, I promise you, I'm not crazy. I really I can't explain why. I mean, now I know. When I got back, I realized why. I kind of figured out why I mistook ILORIN for Ile-Ife. But that's it just for another day. So yeah, I promise I'm not always like that. I'm always on my shits, right? It's story time for today. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share my video so we can blow up. Thank you. Mwah.